disciple of Christ by making such a generalization, the reasoning is flawed, is because it's not true. Some people might say, oh, all people that are supporting the Oduduwa nation are waging war against Nigeria. And therefore, they should be charged with treason and they should be all be killed. Oduduwa agitation just started a few years ago, and just using this as an example. So is he not hasty to make a generation? So is also IPOB and all these other nationalities that are struggling and fighting, trying to establish themselves. And as the soldiers, like when I was there, I told you, no, don't get into that conversation, and I didn't want to listen to it. Those kind of statements of generalization. So in order for you to maintain the status quo, you now cancel any other opposition. In a society where every voice of dissent and opposition is crushed and squeezed out, then wickedness, evil, and foolishness prevail. So where is the structure of behavior adjustment and modification? Impunity reigns. Disorder and anarchy reigns. Conflict and crisis reigns. There is a reason and a wisdom, for example, in the United States, that even though you burn a United States flag, because United States Supreme Court will say that's a form of expression, and therefore the person should not be harmed, neither should the person be suffered. And if you insist to suffer the person, then you will have to pay damages and the injury that you caused. It's a form of expression. The person doesn't like what the leaders are doing, like some of the leaders we have today, and they have been having for years now, for decades now. And people get angry and upset. They have the right to express themselves. When people make a counter argument or start to take any action to the contrary, of course, we're going to find it difficult to understand and what they're trying to say or do, because we can't relate to it, for example, in our country here, because it's unreasonable, it's irrational, it's not something a reasonable man can do. It's flawed because it's not true. It's like the argument to Western civilization. Unfortunately, they are trying to swallow their own foot, starting from their toes. Oh, I have not seen God, and because I have not seen God, God doesn't exist. Oh, where is God? If God was there, how come my father was assassinated? Why didn't God deliver him? Why didn't God cure this? Therefore, there is no God. Flawed reason. Because something doesn't exist, or because you haven't seen something, or because you have not experienced it, or by the perceptions of your perception, does not mean that nothing doesn't exist. Because you have not perceived something within your senses does not mean someone else have not perceived it. unless everybody agrees to my own terms and the conditions that I have set, all together, we will go to war. We will go to fight. So it's either my way or highway. It's either that you come with me or it's either you are with me or we are at war. These are things that cause conflict. How can you have a peace? You are dealing with human beings that have their own mind and then can reason and can think and have the right to disagree and agree. Democracy is an investment into oneself by the representations of those that one has selected and chosen to promote their interests. There is a buy-in into democracy. Every member of the society under democratic framework must have a buy-in. And when they don't have a buy-in, they are going to protest. And it is their right to protest. And they are going to rebel. That's human nature. When Israel were hungry, they started protesting to God. Where is that? At least will give us food to eat with in Egypt. When they needed water, they started protesting. They didn't even ask. They start protesting. People that are for different reasons, envy, jealousy, whatever is their reason, we look for everywhere to disagree with you. It's you who are at the top and at the end that you'll be looking for everywhere to bring everybody together. It's not by decree or by force. You can lead a horse to a sea, but you cannot force a horse. If you try to force a horse, you know that it's impossible for you to force a horse. It is by your reasoning and your thought. So for those of you, you wonder why you have broken marriages. I had a judge ask me one time here, what is going on that you have all these people come to our court and fill up all the cases with the marital